Hey, Dandy. Hey, Goofy. Hey, Meg. Hey, Brooke. Hi, Sam. Hi, Milk. Hey, Gaming. Hey, Janet. Hey, Triggers. Hey, Chibi. Everyone say hi to Sam. Hey, Kennedy. Chantel, I think she's on her way home. Hey, Rara. Hey, Johnny. Hey, watching. Hey, TM. Hey, Pi. Hey, Mark. Not wearing one of my new shirts. Hey, Amber. Not wearing one of my new shirts because I want to wash them before I actually wear them. Hey, J Dot. Just feels like I should wash them before wearing them. Hi, Jimmy. I have no thoughts. I don't care. I know nothing, Flop. What am I going to do? Same thing I do every stream. Nothing. Triggers? I would say it's hanging out. Hi, Brooke. Am I doing today? Eh. Slept super late today. Hey, Meek. Sam. What are you doing, Sam? Hey, Black Widow. What you doing, Sam? What you doing over there, Sam? Beyonce's just not my style. Flop. It's just not the kind of thing I listen to. Hey, Athena. They're not neglected, Athena. Jeez, neglected. Hey, Sasuke. No. You love the title? Sure, Flop. I don't care. They're not neglected. Chantel takes very good care of the cats. She loves her cats. Go to the vet again? Maybe. She's fine. Hey, Karen. Arctic Monkeys. I've listened to a few of their songs. They're not really my thing. Pink Sauce? Not familiar with that. No, Dandy, I don't care. I don't really give enough of a shit, so. Kicking ears for a lion cut this Friday? Yeah. Hey, Mussolini. Hey, Val. Yes, I can, Athena. Chantel does not neglect the cats. She does not neglect them. She takes very good care of them. She loves them. She feeds them. She gives them pettings and treats and love. Does Chantel neglect herself? Yeah, probably. Hey, Sky. Pink sauce is a sauce that has rotten milk. Ew. Yeah, that sounds gross. Couldn't tell you, Athena. I don't pay attention to that stuff. Hey, Exa. Hey, Ghoul. Jimmy? Because I want to wash them before I wear them. Get botulins. Yep. Yeah, I would imagine so if it's rotten milk. Yeah. That's pretty gross. I have no thoughts on it, Flop Era. Hey, Magda. Do I iron? No. I never iron my clothes. Do I like guinea pigs? Yeah, guinea pigs are cute enough. Raw honey? Yeah. I don't know and don't care, Flop. If Chris John says she's a girl, then she's a girl. If she says she's a woman, she's a woman. Whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about her. Destiny. I don't even know Christine. Yeah. You know what? Chris can be short for Christine. And again, I don't give a shit about Christine Chan or whatever. Whatever. Yeah, Chris works either way. Yes, I did. I did see that triggers. That's definitely a shame. Hi, Boo Boo. She's yeah, definitely a shame because she is definitely a legend. Iron. Elliot Page, Susuke. Elliot dude. Elliot Page, him. He's a guy, Susuke. And the incel killer. Hey, Caitlin. And the difference there is that Elliot's dead name is not short for Elliot. It's a totally different name. Hey, Jordan. Chris can still be short for Christine. Like Christine can still be shortened to Chris, so it still works. Beyond that, I genuinely didn't know Christine's actual name. Ellen DeGeneres loves you. Oh, that's cool, Casey. Hey, pretty red. She did not, Pam. She kissed Kirk, but they did not sleep together. Hey, Maggie. I mean, I don't pray, Flop Arrow. I'm not religious. Who the hell even knows, Jordan? Christina's fine with people calling her Chris still. Well, there you go. Jenny? Nichelle Nichols. She played Uhura. She played Uhura on Star Trek: The Original Series. Who the hell even knows, Caitlin? Probably not something that's happening anytime soon. Likely won't be found competent to stand trial. Whatever. I very much doubt that Nichelle Nichols ever slept with Shatner. Like that just, hey, Black Velvet. Like that just seems like the kind of thing that well, she apparently slept with Gene Roddenberry. Nothing about Shatner fucked, but Shatner was also an asshole. Nobody who knew William Shatner actually liked William Shatner, or nobody who worked with him liked him. I do not, Sasuke. I don't follow any drama. But yeah. So no one who worked with William Shatner liked the guy. He was an absolute diva and just an asshole. Hey, Stellaria. Thanks, Velvet. That said, Nichols did apparently have an affair with Gene Roddenberry. When am I shaving? Eventually. Jordan? Yeah. Right now, it's still not going. I need to research to see if I can find someone I can talk to about hormones or anything. Cool, J Dot. When am I going to go outside? I'm trying to avoid it. Burnt? Sure. Short blonde hair, it's fine. Thanks, Arya. That's us kids. I mean, worst case, it's just a matter of waiting. It's just a matter of time. Hey, Sims. Vampire now? Pretty much. Thoughts on French braids? Yeah, they're fine. 6 feet tall? Sure. Go nuts if you don't go outside? Uh, nah, Bags haven't really been trying lately. It's real TM. Living like I'm in prison? Living the way I always have, Athena. I did not say that, Chibi. I think I would probably flunk out Sosuke. I think in all likelihood I would flunk out of that. Late 40s? A little older than I prefer burnt toast. Hey, Nessa Jen. No lasagna right now, rhubarb. No lasagna tonight. Tried to meditate, my brain went negative. I don't know. Cute flop. What does my future look like? I've never been good at sort of figuring out what my future looks like, Athena. That's never something that I've been able to do. Oh, oh hi, dude. Sorry, dude. I missed you. Sorry. Yeah. Pierre Polivier sucks flop. Does my future involve Chantel? Probably. Tricky style wedding. Yeah. I don't. Even if I were to get married, I don't. Much as I love Star Trek, I don't know that I'd want a Trek themed wedding. That feels a bit much. Well, Pierre Polivier, he is the leader of the Conservative Party here in Canada, and he sucks. Pow, yeah. I know that's what I should be doing. It's just, I don't know. It's hard when I still look like this. Joni, I prefer a little bit of a cooler environment. New Orville? Cool. Putting in my room, pass. Bronze Age pervert. I don't know who that is. Right into your wedding on My Little Ponies. It is inappropriate burnt toast. It is a rude thing to do. Um, why did I work on myself? Because it's hard, and I have really shitty executive function. Hey, Jay. I'm honestly not all that smart, Bex, and I'm not a very good student, to be honest. I suck at school. What was my major? So it wasn't a major. I went to school for that's. I mean, that's kind of the problem, Caitlin. But yeah, I went to college for a 2-year library and information technician degree. Wasn't like a it's not a major as such. It's just a 2-year diploma. It's a diploma. Just a 2-year diploma, basically. Would I go live with Chantel? Yeah, maybe. I want to work at a library. It seems comfy. Yeah, it is nice. Libraries are nice. Sexy librarian arc. Libraries just, not really, pal. Libraries still serve a major role in their communities. Uh, I haven't eaten yet, J Dot. I ordered some McDonald's right before coming live, so it should be here pretty soon. Longer than expected. It's taken longer than expected. I use the library app. Cool. Chantel is not home yet. Would I date someone with a lazy eye? I don't know. Probably. Hey, bitchy titties. I don't know. Burnto's like, would I date this person? Would I date that person? I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to meet the person. I'd have to like talk to the person before deciding if I'd like. I'd have to meet them in person before deciding if I'd be willing to date them. I worked my youth in a big library. They left me from 14 till 20. Nice. I did not, ma'am. I stayed in my room, as I always do. Novavax? I don't know, Jenny. We'll see. Think Chantel's home. Hey, Shiara. Give me a second. Just want to say hi to Chantel now that she was home. Go back to my room. Thailand seems cool. Yeah, Thailand seems cool. Exactly, stale. Hey, Harlem. No rhubarb. I ordered myself some chicky nuggies. I ordered myself some nuggies. Been 20 minutes and it's still just being prepared. That's so weird. Nuggies or tendies? Nuggies. I usually do nuggies. There we go. Now my food's on its way. Nah, Mark, I just ordered the 6 pack, the 6 nuggies. That'd be good. Taste, taste preference, Joni. Maybe I had to go back and choke a chicken first. No, Caitlin, I don't. I think it was more of a failure on my part for not wanting to learn. Yeah, I'm pretty hungry, Athena. Yeah, I just never wanted to learn to cook, so I don't think my mom failed me on anything, frankly. She was a very good mom. Brooke? No. Hey, bitchy titties. Best flu remedies? Um, Plenty of sleep, plenty of liquid, plenty of chicken noodle soup. Someone was like, sure, why not? I don't care, burnt toast. Froze? Shitty. That sucks. No, I haven't seen my mom in a bit. I'll try to get down to see her reasonably soon. Andy, do you think with the help of someone like Josh Moon, you could get on a steadier path? He helped Chris for many years, but you know. Uh, Definitely not someone like that, Dandy. I'll pass on his assistance. Thanks, Irene. Spaghetti, yeah. I just ended up getting a lot of microwave dinners when I was living on my own. High blood alcohol content. Some microwave lasagnas are really good. Some are, yeah. The problem is all the good microwave lasagnas are made by companies who are involved in evil. Like they're all from like fucking. They're all owned by companies that. They're all from companies that are owned by like fucking Nestle. So it's okay. I don't have friends. I have Chantal, and that's it. I'll pass. I'll pass on that flop. Every villain is lemon. What? Most? Nah, I don't really care enough. Join a club or a class? Nah. Be getting out of the house. Wolf Howells, go get him. Go get him, Pete. No, I don't consider myself like the Joker. Oh, absolutely, Meg. There's tons of trans support groups that I frankly should be going to. Like I should be even just like an online one. Yeah, JD. I do have a therapist. See them only once a month, just like a voice call. I'm aware, Caitlin. My favorite pizza topping? I mean, pepperoni. No, Sosuke, I think the trans community would accept me because they know that it can be hard. They would be encouraging. I am just really, really bad at talking about my feelings. Second Life, no. I've looked at Second Life. It looks like shit, frankly. What do I shoot down every suggestion? Because it's all shit that I don't want to do. I doubt it, Siska. I very much doubt that there'd be many saying like that. No, never joined a Discord. IMBU? I don't know. Yeah, just Google it, J. Dot. A 3D chat thing where you can make it up. Yeah. Sounds shitty. OnlyFans? No. Just checking where my food is. Can I dance? No. No, I do not dance. Hey, why isn't it pulling up my order? Right, she may have dropped it off. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to check if it's been dropped off. All right, I'm back. Just had a quick chat with Chantal about her date. Like this broken. You know what's weird? Like, they gave me one barbecue sauce. Yeah, it looks like that's what I'm gonna have to be doing, Icky. One fucking barbecue sauce. And this is despite me asking for a second one. Shitty. They used to be more generous about it, Mark. I always do, dude. I actually did have an extra honey barbecue sauce. Also, the food isn't even fresh. It's lukewarm at best. I did see that Ghoul. And congrats to them. Good on those people. It's up to you, Jimmy. I don't really care. I'm an atheist. Not on my goont, just on my lap. I know, Caitlin, but it sucks whenever they only throw in one sauce. Jimmy, is that because we never ask him for anything? The shapes, they look like nuggets. Yeah, I got a 6-pack. Under her bed. The power over the sauce. Are the nuggets? They're McDonald's. They're McDonald's nuggets. They are what they always are. I am Metal Hobbit. I read a little bit of Egyptian history. Both, Jordan. There's round and boot. I do want to read. I do want to read more Egyptian history. I guess the boot, Jordan. I guess I prefer the boot. History is my favorite subject. Yeah, I like history. I've got a few more books to read, and then I've actually got a book on Chinese history, specifically the Qin and Han dynasties. At least fixated on the Sphinx. I have not Cupcack. I don't know, Athena. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see if anything catches my fancy. Aladdin and Princess Jasmine caused the nose of the Sphinx to be broken during their magic carpet ride. I can believe it. Yes, bitchy titties. I got McDonald's. Case needs to go back to that to be put down, Athena. I agree. Definitely time to put her down. Put her out of all our misery. Do I know what a predicate is? I can never remember. Two reasons, Icky. One, we don't actually have Chick-fil-A in Ottawa. Two, fuck Chick-fil-A. Fuck that homophobic company. I'd prefer not to give my money to a company that's going to put that money towards homophobic causes. In and out. I don't think we have In-N-Out in Ottawa either. Or if we do, I've never eaten there. In fairness, Athena, I've been saying put her down for as long as Chantel's had her. I spent 18 years saying it's time to put that cat down. I did get a drink, Brooke. What's wrong with the cat? She's just a. She just sucks. Strawberry banana smoothie. She's not sick. She's sick in the head. Thanks, bitchy titties. Carried me back to my van on her back. Triple H taking his executive position back. Whatever. I don't really care. I haven't followed WWE in 20 years. Or not that long. 15 years? No, 20 years. Yes, he did Black Velvet. I was there. I was there when he was taken to the vet. I held him I kept his case carrying pet carrier on my lap to take him to the. Yeah, I used to follow Wrestling Spaghetti Boys. I used to watch it. I don't watch any wrestling, Anunnaki. He got some treatment as well, Athena. I do not have a primary care physician, Joni. Damn near impossible to get one in Ontario. I don't know, Athena. He got a physical. They checked him out. I think they gave him a. I think they vaccinated him against something. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that shit. You know that. But no, it was. He got checked out. He got. Yeah. They cut the mats. They cut his nails, and they gave him a checkup. That's fair, Mencius. Yes, Anunnaki, I am. No, dandy. Casey's fine. I'll always tell the truth unless a lie is funnier. Hey, Joe. How are the fries? Yeah, they're McDonald's fries. Poor Casey. Not poor Casey. She's fine. Like, she's totally okay. Unless the lie is funnier. Exactly, Athena. McDonald's is a great company. Oh, hell no. No, McDonald's is certainly not a great company. Ever hear about chewing your food? Sounds fake, cupcack. Cupcacky. That is definitely a thing, Mencius. That's a thing with Canada as a whole. You know, at least we're not the US, is sort of the bar we try to clear. Tim Hortons. So I've heard, actually. It is a problem, pal. Nicole Ann, this is towards your next meal. Thank you very much, Nicole. Actually, it hasn't been that long since Casey was taken to the vet, has it? Favorite book to read? I don't know. I don't normally reread. I don't reread very often. Yeah, even when I like a book, I'm not likely to go back to it later on. Give me food, give me eye, give me give me Yeah, as I recall, the last time we took Chantel, no, it's not a plastic straw, it's paper. McDonald's only does paper straws now, at least in Canada. Yeah, as I recall, the last time we took Casey to the vet, it was basically just sort of a, well, she's still alive. It was kind of just like a, she's still alive. She's doing okay. Just keep doing what you're doing, type of thing. Feed her when she's hungry. Give her treats when she wants treats. Just she was 6 months, but she wasn't. I mean, she's old. She's an old cat. She was never a particular like she was never a particularly heavy cat. She's always been light. She's always been a pretty thin cat. Um, Never dandy. So like she's always been a pretty thin cat. So I mean, now that she's old, yeah, she's lost some weight, but she's still able to get around just fine. You know, she gets around fine. She's able to jump up on things just fine. She's honestly doing okay. Like she has no serious health issues aside from being old. I don't Black Velvet. Harry Potter. Ugh. I don't like dog spaghetti. What I get from McDonald's? I got some nuggies, Julia. Blood work showed kidney problems because she's fucking 100 years old. Of course, she has kidney problems. She's 100 years old. She's got 2 feet in the grave. Like she's doing fine for being so old. You know, there's not a whole lot that can really be done about old. There's no real treatment for old. I've called her a slut for decades, Julia. Exactly, TM. Remember that when I get old? I'm sure I will, dude. There's no treatment for being ancient. Get that at 14, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Timbit, I think, only made it to like 14, 15, 16. I don't like Harry Potter, J. Dot. Whatever, spaghetti. Dude, the either one. The Harry Potter series, I've never given a shit about. Like, I've just never given a shit about the Harry Potter series. And then it turns out that J.K. Rowling kind of sucks as a person. And yeah, Percy Jackson, I've heard really good things about Percy Jackson and Rick Riordan as a person. I would say that Rick Riordan is better as a person than J.K. Rowling is. I mean, if nothing else, Riordan uses his position to help other writers. Like, Rick Riordan absolutely loves to promote other writers, especially writers from marginalized communities. No, Doris, I don't. She has Caitlin. And she's also spent the last 3 years pushing transphobic rhetoric. And not doing a whole hell of a lot to actually promote other writers. What do I think about Death of the Author? I mean, I support that idea. Like, I do feel like books mean different things to different people. Lord of the Rings? Yeah, I like Lord of the Rings. Caitlyn Jenner? No, Caitlyn Jenner sucks. Yes, Dandy, I do. I do think that Rowling's rhetoric harms people. It's actually used by lawmakers to justify transphobic laws. Like, that's happening. Lawmakers in the US use J.K. Rowling's own words to justify passing bills that hurt trans people. So yes, Rowling is absolutely hurting trans people. And beyond that, I mean, there's just, you know, she's got millions of she's got millions of fans who hang on her every word. So yeah. Harry Potter's retired. Harry Potter grew up to become a fucking cop. That tells you everything you need to know about J.K. Rowling. I would not cup cocky. Great audience. I mean, I think so too. Like, when you are a superstar, you have to be aware that of the weight your words will carry. Lemony Snicket, never read Lemony Snicket. No, Harry Potter is mid at best. That's sort of honestly, That's sort of the impression I get. Jimmy, I'm pretty sure she is still black. Ironheart is still black in the movie. She didn't lie, Caitlin. Fuck off. MCU is DOA? Yeah, no, it's not. The MCU is doing fine. It will continue to do fine. It'll continue to make money. It'll continue to put out, perfectly fine movies that make money. Those movies will mostly be whatever. Dude, I'm Team Amber. Not that I particularly care all that much about it, but I've seen some pretty compelling arguments that Amber was actually an abuse victim who then just started fighting back and fuck off, Caitlin. Not getting into that shit. That is absolutely correct, Mencius. That's honestly another reason that I'm not particularly keen on them anymore. Pretty much, dude. No, Caitlin, I admit, fuck off. That's what I admit, Caitlin. I admit I have no interest in talking about this shit with you, so fuck off. You don't even fucking know the truth, Caitlin. Fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. Pirate movies are pretty good. Sure, whatever. What I do today? Stayed in bed until like 8 p.m. So, yeah. Yeah, it didn't go great. I've never watched any of the Pirates movies. I don't care about them. Depression will get you? Yeah. Nobody banned yet, Icky. This being alone bother me at all? Not really, no. Can you take a bus anywhere? I mean, I can, but I don't want to. I don't like the bus. I've never enjoyed the bus. Bus sucks. Buses suck. That was sort of my feel on it, Mencius. It's worth noting that Johnny Depp pushed real hard to have the trial televised. Johnny Depp was the one who wanted the trial to get loads of attention. That is true, Yankee. Yes, buses are better than cars, but buses. Being around people and like being stuck on like a specific schedule. She's not thinking about it, Rad. She doesn't really bother me. Mostly electric bus here, fleet here. Nice. Public transit in Canada is pretty bad. It depends on the city. I think Ottawa has pretty good public transit. He wants a fucking idiot. If someone wants to change their name every year, don't you think that is a problem? Not really. What do I think about Hunter S. Thompson? A notable figure, an influential figure, but also deeply fucked up. What, Covert, do you think that Elon Musk is actually the one designing the rockets? He pays people to design rockets. No, I mean he's a fucking idiot. He spends money to look smart. Like he's the financial backer. He's not in there fucking designing shit. All right, Athena. Oh, like Elon Musk is just a rich dude. Like that's his great. I have not read World War Z. World War Z. Exactly, Mencius. Like, yeah, no good billionaires, and it's yeah. I mean, he's just the guy is a fucking idiot. He just he used his money to purchase the perception of genius. That's what it comes down to. Pirate audiobook, which is shitty, Joni. Just go to the fucking library. The libraries have the audiobooks. Did I ban Ashman? I don't even remember, Casual Dude. So yeah, like Musk gets all the credit for Tesla, and it's like he did not design those cars. He bought that company. Like that's Twitter deal didn't go through for him. Yep, because he was an idiot about it. He was genuinely an idiot about it. Actually, I don't even fucking care. Thoughts on King Dynasty and Secret Wars? Yeah. Neither of them will be as good as the comics. Casual Dude. That's neither of them is going to be as good as the comic. They just can't be. The movies are never as good as the comic books are. Secret Wars depends on which Secret Wars we're talking about. The original Secret Wars from 1984, I think um, it was kind of a shitty comic. It was just an excuse to sell toys. It was just a 12 issue toy commercial. Um, Secret Wars 2 was bad. Secret Wars 2 was even more shameless than the original Secret Wars. Uh, and an even worse product. That said, Secret Wars Secret Wars 2 did have Peter Parker teaching the Beyonder how to poop. So it had that going for it. Bitchy? Yes, I do have Netflix Bitchy Titties. I never really use it anymore. Just a scab, Julia. Um, the Hickman Secret Wars 2015 Secret Wars, eh. It was the climax of years of what Hickman had been setting up. Secret Wars 2 was off. Yeah. Yeah, it was a bad comic. Infinity War comic rather than the movie. Oh, hell yes. The Infinity War comic is fantastic. Never read Irredeemable now. Don't care about the movies? Nah, not really. I don't anymore, casual dude. Like, I appreciate that they are actually trying to branch out into, you know, new characters, into more diverse casts, um, different styles of movies. Never read the Max now. Like, I appreciate what they're doing. Like, I appreciate that they are making a much more diverse uh, MCU. I like that. I like that they're finally getting around to that. But I just can't bring myself to support Disney anymore. Yeah, Octopi are very smart. And I mean, the reality is, I mean, they're still, you know, they're trying different shit, but it's still the MCU. End of the day, they're still, a lot of it is still just setting up other movies. That's on YouTubers like The Quartering or Geeks and Gamers. Geeks and Gamers, I'm not really familiar with. The Quartering fucking sucks. That guy's an asshole. The Quartering is an asshole. Shitty ass person. Do I think society needs more testosterone? I don't know. Any current fave TV shows? Star Trek. Always Star Trek. He pissed himself on stream. Nice. No, I never agree with swatting. Swatting sucks. We will never make something akin to Conan the Barbarian again. I mean, there isn't really anything that would prevent making another Conan movie. Like, honestly, there's no reason another Conan movie can't be made. Aside from just a lack of any compelling ideas being put forward. Or I suppose what it is, I wouldn't say Picard is garbage, but it's definitely the weakest of the modern generation of Star Trek shows. Maybe the weakest Star Trek series ever, aside from Star Trek the animated series. Star Trek the animated series was bad. I mean, I don't agree, Spaghetti. Terminator could be made today. Die Hard could be made today. They wouldn't necessarily be the exact uh, that they were originally. Would I recommend Star Trek to someone who's never watched? Yeah, it's worth a try. You know, I'd say it's worth trying Star Trek. Why not? So yeah, I mean, like the reason there's no Conan movie being made right now is yes, I grew up on Next Generation J. Dot. What should I watch first? Hard to say. Original series does not really hold up. The original series is extremely campy, um, really cheesy by today's standards. First season of Next Generation was just legitimately bad. Like it was just how the hell did this show get renewed? Bad. Um, what I cast as Conan 2022? I don't know. The Rock probably. Dwayne Johnson probably. He's got the physicality for it. Um, I don't know. Maybe like if you're gonna start Star Trek, maybe actually start with the first season of Star Trek Discovery. Mark Lawrence? I would say the first season of Next Generation is bad. Second season of Next Generation, it's started to come into its own. Yeah, I heard about that covert. Yeah, the second season of Next Generation had was a bit uneven, but it had some genuinely good stuff. Uh, the Measure of a Man. Holy shit. Yeah, that was second season. It had some genuinely great episodes in season two. Season three was when it hit its stride. Season three was when it hit its stride. But season two was where it started to find its stride. Season seven was when it started to lose its stride. Been watching some DS9, yeah. Voyager's a better start. Uh, I don't think I ever watched the first season of Voyager. Weirdly enough, but I can believe it. I can believe that Voyager has a strong start. Um, that said, again, it wasn't really until they brought in Seven of Nine at the end of season three that the show fully hit its stride. Trouble with Troubles, yep. Yes, Whoopi Goldberg was in Next Generation. She cameoed a few episodes. She would cameo a couple times in a season as Gun. Seven was sexy. She was. They pushed the sex appeal value of her a little bit too hard, maybe. Um, I think the main thing that Seven brought to the show was an exploration of humanity. She was like, yeah, that was really good. That was a good moment, Mencius. Could never get into Jadzia Ducks because there's an old man in there. Eh, it was a bunch of people spaghetti. Dax was great. Jadzia was great. Um, I will say she got fucking nothing in the first season. Jadzia was wasted in the first season. I felt it wasn't until they brought in the Klingon aspect that that Jadzia really got solid. Um, But yeah, weird to say this, but Seven of Nine was Voyager's Data. Like, she was Voyager's equivalent to Data. That exploration of what it means to be human. DS9 was great for Klingons and Ferengi. Yep, absolutely. Andrew Tate. I don't really know Andrew Tate. So that was a big part of what sort of finalized Voyager's recipe, like the interactions between Odo and Lwaxana. I always loved Lwaxana. Lwaxana, like, I know I can understand why people hate Lwaxana. She is very much too much. Um, but I always found her just an absolute delight whenever she showed up. She was having so much fun. Favorite rapper? I don't really listen to rap. So, another set of great cans on Troy. No cops flop era. All cops are bad. Whoopi wanted to quit on Next Generation because she was upset. Did she? I don't think so, J. Dot. Like, I don't think Whoopi ever wanted to quit Next Generation. You might be mistaking. Nichelle Nichols almost quit the original Star Trek. She almost quit the first step, the first for the original series. Um, Partly because she felt she was being wasted, partly because she was apparently just kind of fed up with William Shatner. Um, she had to be talked into staying on Star Trek by Martin Luther King himself. Fucking MLK convinced Nichelle Nichols to stay on Star Trek. 53 views a lot for this channel. Kind of cocky. Do I like William Shatner? No. I don't like William Shatner as a person now. William Shatner's an asshole. He's a he's a prick and he always has been. William Shatner's a prick, always has been, and everybody around him has consistently said so. Like, do I think of myself as a good person? Not particularly, Doris, no. Do I support Jack Meat Sing? Yeah. Yeah, Sing seems pretty cool. Why? Yeah. Because I could absolutely be doing more to be a better person. He boarded his horses at the farm next door. Actually, there's always that line from Ms. Marvel. Good is not a thing you are, it is a thing you do. He didn't like the public and the Star Trek shit all the time. I mean, William Shatner has admitted to not watching Star Trek. Like, the guy doesn't even watch Star Trek. And like the fact that he went off and talked shit about modern Star Trek despite never having watched any Star Trek? Fuck off, Bill. Fuck off, dude. Like, come on. It absolutely is not spaghetti. Not quite icky. Close to the first. Like one of the first, but not quite the first. Yeah, I heard about that, J. Dot. I still don't care. Like, I still don't care about any of that stuff. Red Letter Media. Never seen any Red Letter Media stuff. Is that a triple in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? I don't have Baby Yoda pillowcases. It's probably bullied for it. Oh, I mean, William Shatner intentionally fucked up any shot that attempted to hide the kiss. Credit to the guy, like credit to Shatner for that. He recognized that it was important to have the kiss actually appear on camera, on screen. Like he recognized that it was important to have the kiss actually show up on screen. So he deliberately sabotaged all the shots that would have hidden it. Red Letter Media roasts new Star Trek and Star Wars pretty hard, and they're old school Trek fans. I would argue, Spaghetti, that the fact that they're old school Trek fans is the problem. Yes, flop era. She probably should. I think that a big part of why. So yeah, here would be my take on it. Here would be what I suggest. Here's what I would suggest is what's happening with people who hate the modern Star Trek. It's not that modern Star Trek is bad. It's that their views on Star Trek are very heavily influenced and shaped by nostalgia. Sure, they can, Spaghetti. They absolutely can. Yeah, like I said, it's not actually that there's anything wrong with modern Star Trek. It's people who just can't get over nostalgia is the issue. Sure, I can, Spaghetti. The reality is, if I'm honest, I would measure up. Like, I would say that modern Star Trek storylines absolutely measure up to the very best of the Next Generation and Deep Space Nine stories. What new Star Trek story blew me away? I mean, I loved the last season of I loved season 4 of Discovery. I'm not. I wasn't keen on Booker's planet being destroyed. I don't like that kind of event, but Booker's PTSD and Survivor's guilt. Seven. Oh, that was fucking worst. Seven and Chakotay was such a fucking garbage romance pulled out of absolutely fucking nowhere. It was shitty and stupid. Rogue One was great because everyone died at the end. That actually was a big part of what made Rogue One great, actually. Like, that was one of the reasons why that movie ended up being so good. Never played D&D now. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, people hated the season 4 of Discovery. I liked it. I thought that Booker's PTSD and Survivor's guilt was a compelling character arc. Burnham learning how to be a captain was a solid arc. Tilly had a great character arc. You know, figuring out that she wasn't in the right place on Discovery in the future, that she was, yeah, that she had fallen out of place. Yes, I did play a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade Mencius. Not very much. The mystery regarding the anomaly and the scientific, like the science, all the scientific exploration to figure out what was going on, the scientific investigation to figure out what was going on, the attempts to communicate with this strange new species. It was a great season. It was great stuff. Demolition Man, pretty meh. Werewolf the Apocalypse. Yeah. I mean, I'm never going to play any of these games anyway, so. I disagree, Radish. The problem with the Star Trek sequels, or the problem with the Star Wars sequels, particularly episode 7 and 9, is that those two movies in particular were pure fucking nostalgia bait. Like they were shit. Like they were just pure. They weren't trying to do anything fucking original. Not a single original idea in the entirety of those two movies. Episode 8 was great because it was actually trying to do something different. What was that one? Episode 8. I forget what that one was called. Last Jedi. Last Jedi was great. Last Jedi was a solid movie because it was actually, it had its problems. There were bits that went on too long. There were bits that just like ended up not. Yeah, Last Jedi, right. There were bits that went a little bit too long. But it was trying to do something different. It was trying to not be. It was trying to not be Empire Strikes Back. Last Jedi say, I disagree. It was trying to do something different. It was trying to move the franchise in a different direction. And then, of course, J.J. Abrams came back in for a final movie and went, no, we're not going in another direction. No, we're doing this shit. We're doing, this is just a complete retelling of the first three movies, of the original three movies. J.J. Abrams fucking sucks at anything that isn't his own idea, frankly. Killing the big bad guy and replacing him with Palpatine was a good move. I wouldn't abuse Palpatine, no. Snoke's death was amusing. Like the way that Snoke was killed was kind of funny. And like again, it was like killing the big bad 2/3 of the way through the second movie. Like that's and in a way that sets up a completely new conflict between Rey and Ren. Like that's, you know, it was setting up something different. It was setting up something that wasn't just a complete and direct retelling of the original trilogy. And then J.J. Abrams came in and said, no, we're doing the original trilogy. And like, fucking hell. It's like, I don't know about any of J.J. Abrams' original content. Maybe he's great at stuff that's his own ideas. But again, Radish, I disagree. It was absolutely not a fuck you. It was declaring that Star Wars is bigger than just the original trilogy. I do not have to agree with that, Spaghetti. Again, I fucking. Ah, that was great, Radish. Come on. Luke Luke drinking the milk right from the that weird creature. That was great. That was great. And again, like I said, it was unexpected stuff. Han Solo getting murked. I mean, that was fucking Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford wanted to get murked. Look at the difference in reception. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care about the difference in reception. My point is that The Last Jedi was a movie that was trying to do something different from the original trilogy. It was trying to be something original. Still within the Star Wars settings, like still trying to be a Star Wars movie. But it wasn't trying to be just a complete direct retelling of Empire Strikes Back, the way that Force Awakens was practically a fucking 1-for-1 retelling of New Hope. Like it's just again, like I don't know if Abrams' original stuff is good or not, but his like when he's set to do an existing franchise, he fucking sucks. Like J.J. Abrams' Star Trek or Star Wars movies were garbage. They were shit movies because they were just him trying to remake the original Star Wars. And it's like those movies already exist, JJ. And then his Star Trek movies, fuck those movies. Like just the absolute fucking worst. Both of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies are absolute garbage. Because J.J. Abrams never understood Star Trek. Like, they are not Star Trek movies. They are Star Trek in name only. And J.J. Abrams has admitted that he never got Star Trek. And yet he fucking decides, hey, sure, I'll make Star Trek movies. If you don't understand the franchise, then why the fuck are you making movies? Like, why the fuck are you working in a franchise that you admit that you don't actually understand? He turned Star Trek, which was a franchise built on like Star Trek is a franchise built on dialogue and it's scientific exploration as a metaphor, as a vehicle for exploring the human condition and finding peaceful resolutions to conflicts and solving scientific mysteries. And then fucking and then Abrams comes in and says, "Hey, let's make some fucking brainless ass fucking generic sci-fi action movies." No, he was a capitalist covert. He may have like he may have dreamed of a post-capitalist future, but he was a fucking capitalist. Hot take: prequels were actually awesome. No, they were bad movies, Spaghetti. Because he made money. Because he ripped people off. Like Gene Roddenberry ripped people off. I've mentioned this in previous streams. The Star Trek theme Gene Roddenberry wrote lyrics to it. Just shitty ass lyrics, terrible. They were so bad that there was no chance they were ever going to be used. He just absolutely shit them out in 5 minutes. They were. He did it specifically so that he could get co-writer credit on the theme, so that he could get royalties for it. He wanted to get royalties for the theme song that he had no role in. He ripped off the composer of the Star Trek theme. Roddenberry was a capitalist. Prequels are great. They are bad. No. No, Spaghetti. It's not that the audience was too stupid to get it. It's that they were badly written. They were badly written and needed. What the problem with the Star Wars prequels is that there was nobody to tell George Lucas no. That's the biggest issue. There was nobody there to tell George Lucas, no, George, that's stupid. Nobody say, that is terrible dialogue, George. Or that's not, or that's a nonsensical plot point, George. Any media I like that I don't consider problem. Oh, absolutely not, Radish. Basically everything is problematic in some form or another. But who's George? George Lucas, J. Dot. Spaghetti, I'm going to delete your comment because of a specific word choice here. One of the words that you used is ableist towards neuroatypical people. 450 pounds down from 600. Oh, congratulations, Fred. Not ban. No, I didn't ban. I deleted it because of a specific word he used. That is ableist. I'm not going to say the word. Like I said, it's an offensive word. It's one that's used to mock people who are neuroatypical, particularly people who are on the autistic spectrum. No, I'm not typing it. Not the F slur now. No, nobody type it. Nobody guess it. It was not that, Hellion. That was the word, Dandy. So yeah. How do I pick what media to consume? I don't know. I read books that look interesting to me. It's just shit, shit that looks interesting to me. Hey, toilet bowl. Anyway, yeah. So, like I was saying, the Star Wars prequels, the first two in particular, George Lucas just didn't have anyone to push back against him, which was a serious problem. The best part about the original trilogy came about because George Lucas had other people actually advising him on what did and did not work. That didn't happen in the first two prequels. It did start to happen in the third, which is why Revenge of the Sith is pretty widely accepted as the best of the prequels, because it was the only one of the prequels where George Lucas had people telling him, "No, George." That is a big, yeah, that's a big thing, Hellion. So, yeah, the prequel movies were bad. Like, they were just bad. Beyond that, like, in the original Star Wars movie, in the first Star Wars movie, Obi-Wan Kenobi wears a robe because he's in a desert. Like, he wears the kind of robe that you would wear in a desert. And then for the prequels, George Lucas decides, no, this is just what all Jedi wear. And like, what the fuck? Why is everybody wearing desert robes? And why did you make it now so that Obi-Wan Kenobi was hiding out in the desert dressed as a fucking Jedi? Like, it was a stupid retcon to make. It made absolutely no sense at all. Like, it made negative sense. Like, that was the wildest thing about it. George Lucas in the prequels came up with an idea that actually made negative sense. So yeah, it's just so, they were bad movies. Because they're monks. But it's still a stupid thing. Like, it's still ridiculous for them to wander around wearing robes, like wearing desert robes. Duel over lava. But again, that was the third movie, the one that is generally acknowledged as the best of the prequels. So that Lava Duel, that's the one movie that's seen as good. The first two were just not well made movies. And like the acting, a lot of the acting is really wooden. You and you can't even blame the actors for the wooden acting because the dialogue is garbage. So yeah, they like those two movies are just not good movies. I am not you. I'm not actually subscribed to anybody. Let's not talk about the practical effects. I mean, Hayden's acting was bad because he was given the worst dialogue to read. Like, there was no way to make that dialogue believable. In all honesty, like, there was just no way for him to make that dialogue actually breathe, make that dialogue live. It was just bad writing. He's a terrible actor. I don't know about that. Like, I haven't seen anything else he's done. Also, the Anakin Padme romance is creepy as fuck. Got it? I mean, you're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all about that. Um, but even so, it was just badly made movies. Anyway, this all started because I was pointing out that the issue that people have with modern Star Trek and modern Star Wars A lot of the issue with that people have with the modern shows, the modern stuff, is that they can't let go of the past. Their views are very much shaped by nostalgia, and they don't know how to get past that. So they hate modern Star Trek because it's not classic Star Trek. Classic Star Trek is what they have in their brain as the platonic ideal of Star Trek, so they're unwilling to give modern Star Trek a real chance because they are. Can I recommend any artist particularly good at line work? Oh, I mean, tons. I'm really anyone working professionally for Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Image, any professional comic artist is going to have good line work. Some of the ones I like most, Emma Rios, I absolutely love. Um, Meredith McLaren has an art style that I really like. Uh, Bill Sienkiewicz, fucking Bill goddamn Sienkiewicz. I still disagree, Spaghetti. Mencius, I considered it very briefly when I was a kid. I took like one class. All right, I gotta go poop. I'll be back in a few minutes. I gotta go shit. All right, I'm back. McDonald's. McDonald's does that to me. No, Sosuke. Nah, it's just a bit of the shits. A little bit of diarrhea. So it just took a little bit of time. Oh, and yeah, the drawers don't actually close properly. Um, as it is, it's a convenient place for me to put my snacks. Frankly, I do not take pictures of my poop. Yeah, it's like it's just a convenient place to keep my snacks. So whatevs. Drink coffee. No flop. I will not address it. I think we did try it once fairly early in our relationship. I know, Radish. I know. I know. How do I fuck? Uh, I don't. Uh, I mean, never as the receiver, Sosuke. I've never tried it as the receiver. I've never been the catcher. Yeah, that's kind of a thing, Collision. I don't know, Sasuke. I guess we'll see what happens next time I'm in a. I guess we'll see what happens next time I'm in a relationship. Bye, Black Velvet. Ooh, Rice Krispie treats, nice. I'd love some Rice Krispie treats. Good point, Brooke. Good point. I would need a shower. I would need to wash my ass out first. Maybe a bidet. Sasuke, I'm not really either. Dandy, it's a strawberry banana smoothie. I'm neither. Went to outside and see the moon. Cool. How's she looking tonight, J Dot? Is this chat safer? Depends on what you consider safe, I suppose. The issue, Sasuke, is I am not attracted to men. I have no interest in men. So water sports now. Puppy play now. I'm not a kinky person. Missionary threw a sheet with the lights off. That's how I do it. What about them spaghetti? I try to put in the works during sex, Sosuke. I have not, Flop. Nor do I think I would ever bother. Why aren't I attracted to men? I don't know. Just never have been. I just don't have that in me. So, yeah. Sosuke, I just feel absolutely no attraction to men. I look at a guy and I don't feel anything. No, I've not tried because again, I men just do nothing for me. Am I asexual? No, I am not. Hate the how do you know if you haven't tried? Yeah, yeah. It's a shitty line of questioning, Collision. I have not spaghetti. It is not icky. Do I enjoy watching movies, Chantal? Um, she always leaves. She always get like stops watching really pretty quickly. Like by the middle of the movie, she's always stopped watching. Does she talk during movies? Not a lot. No, Sosuke. I'm not gonna hook up with a guy. I'm not gonna fulfill your gay fantasies. Go look at gay porn, Sosuke. Heard that a lot of trans women go boy crazy when they say extra T. I mean, I'm dubious. Chantal playing Mario? I'm not sure. Couldn't tell you. No Flop. Not happening, Sosuke. I would not spaghetti. Thanks, Sherry. Did I like to play Mario? Not a whole lot. I got kind of bored of it. Kind of tired of it. I will be once I start identifying as a woman, Flop. What do I like to play? I mean, I'm still playing Mass Effect. Still making my way through Mass Effect 3. I'm almost done Mass Effect 3. Um, yeah, so for Mass Effect 3, right now I've got the Leviathan DLC, got two more missions in the Leviathan DLC. Then I've got Horizon, and then just the end game. So yeah, I think I've got about. So I've got 2 more months of Mass Effect 2 content recorded and ready to post. And then I've got, I think I'm at 3 months, 4 months. Oh, Yeah, 4 months of Mass Effect 3 videos recorded, with probably another month or so left to record. So yeah, I think I've got like 7 months worth of. I know Collision. It's honestly Collision. Like, it's not the way to go. You're not really supposed to record an entire game before you start posting it when you do a let's play. Uh, Probably Kerman. Like, really, you're supposed to be a few episodes ahead. Like, you're supposed to be like have a little bit of a buffer. You know, a few episodes as a buffer. That way, if you can actually respond to comments that people make on earlier videos. But yeah, I will be finished recording Mass Effect 3 before I start posting those videos. She was okay, Spooky. KB Collision, thank you very much, KB Collision. So I've enjoyed replaying Mass Effect 3 though. I have enjoyed replaying it. I don't think I've ever played any Telltale games. Because like the first Mass Effect game I played probably close to 20 times. Like I played the original Mass Effect probably like 18, 20 times. Mass Effect 2 I played probably maybe 9 or 10 times. Mass Effect 3 I only ever played 3 times. I played thrice. Mass Effect 3 I played thrice. So I don't really remember it quite as well as I remembered the first two. Never played Planescape now. No problem, Kermit. So yeah, I've it's been fun getting to replay 3. And like with the benefit of time, because even when I wasn't playing the games, I spent plenty of time thinking about them. I obsessed over Mass Effect to a huge degree. So yeah, I still like read about the games, thought about the games. Um, so with the benefit of a few years of hindsight about it, uh, what do I think about Ashley Williams being a human bigot? Um, I think it was unfortunate. I think she did get over it. Like even in the first game, she was already moving beyond that. Um, they took away the booty in the remake. Eh. No, they took away inappropriate booty shots. They took away like 2 shots, or they modified like 2 shots that were just like not at all appropriate, like not at all fitting the tone of the scenes where they appeared. Why did Jewish people change their names in Hollywood? In order to get work, Davey. You also shrink boob sizes and arms. But I don't think they didn't really make that many changes to designs in the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I'm pretty much spaghetti. I mean, if your name is too, I think there's a perception that if your name is too Jewish, then people won't want to watch your stuff. Like people won't want to watch it. Been playing anime games lately. Cool. You're Jewish and people love your stuff. Sure. Like I said, I think it's a perception. It's not it's not the perception of being Jewish, it's the perception of having a Jewish name. It's they shrunk Samaras and Mirandas. I'll take your word on it. They still got nice racks, so they still got nice racks. Spielberg is great, but his movies are great. Yeah, and Spielberg kept a Jewish sounding name. Um, and again, like I don't know how true it is that a Jewish sounding name would wouldn't get audiences. Like I don't know if that's actually true. My suspicion, like I said, my suspicion is that there's just a perception, a belief that somebody with a particularly Jewish sounding name uh, would turn people off. Not even the being Jewish, just the name. So, Mel Brooks, not a particularly, I mean, the guy is extremely, Mel Brooks is an extremely Jewish man. Like, very, very Jewish. But he doesn't have an overtly Jewish sounding name. So I think it's just the names more than even the behavior. And like that, I mean, I might be wrong about why they changed their names. Um, yeah, oranges. It's definitely a shame. I better. Ugh. You serious, Jimmy? Holy shit, that is fucking gross. I think that's what you call a. I think that's what you call pulling a Woody Allen. Or no, I suppose pulling a Woody Allen is marrying your stepdaughter or marrying your adopted daughter. Yeah. So I guess yeah, Seinfeld marrying his son. God, that is so gross. That is terrible. Yeah. Ugh. Celine Dion marrying her manager who was with her since she was 12. Nah. Ew. Hey, W2F. Still need to decide if I. Is it dark outside? Yeah, it's dark outside right now. I think gross is still a an appropriate reaction, Cupcake. And yeah, it's I'm not disagreeing with you that it's pedophilia. Hellion, I got McDonald's. And pedophilia is gross. And like grooming is gross. In the sexual sense. The sexual definition of grooming is gross. Hollywood and politics both seem to be hotbeds for pedophilia. I suspect a part of it is power makes people. Power just fucks with your morals. Well, yes, horrific as well. I think what it comes down to is power fucks with morality. So, and wealth is power. At that point, you start to dissociate from. I do not, Dandy. I do not agree at all. And you're honestly coming across anti-Semitic, Dandy. Wealth is power. That shit dissociates you from regular people and regular values and morality, and you just start to feel like you can just do whatever the fuck you want because who's to tell you no? Also for consequence, exactly, Brooke. No consequences as well. So you just hit a point where you're like, I can do whatever I damn well want. Morals are for lesser beings. How's my day? Meh. Nation of me would be the national food, flag, motto. Nothing. None for all of them, Collision. The citizens would be called slaves. Serfs. The citizens would be called serfs. My favorite Lady Gaga song. I don't really listen to Lady Gaga. That said, Bad Romance is one of the is just a phenomenally well written song. Phenomenally versatile song. No. Serf, SERF. We're bringing back feudalism, boys. Hey, Tumpa. Crazy. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. Bad Romance is a song that can be turned into literally any genre. You can do Bad Romance in any genre and it works equally as well for those genres. So I greatly respect that song's versatility. Its adaptability. Thanks, Brooke. But I don't listen to Lady Gaga. I'm just not into pop music. I'm just not into pop music. I never have been. I've never liked pop music. Do I have a P.O. box? I do not, Nessa. I should get one. Or we should get one. Chantel and I should get one because people do send us stuff from time to time. But but meh. Hi, Jennifer. I'm going to go ahead and guess that Jennifer here is a bot. Let's stop the conversation. Right now, nothing. I don't think we have a conversation right now. Did I prefer when Tucker Carlson wore bow ties? I prefer when Tucker Carlson wasn't on TV. I prefer when Tucker Carlson didn't fucking exist. What are my thoughts on Tim Hortons? Eh, I like their donuts. Tucker makes me laugh sometimes at the face. Yeah, he always looks confused. Tucker Carlson always looks confused. Hmm? 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 The constipated, confused face. Yeah. Hey, FBI. Yeah, Tucker Carlson is a douchebag. And he always has been. Any favorite donuts? Uh, chocolate dip, chocolate glaze, double chocolate. My favorite accidental race. Yeah, that's the best Tucker Carlson is when he accidentally makes a case for socialism. Never tried Krispy Kreme. What do I think about populism? I think it tends to be pretty dangerous. Tucker is a Swansonair. Okay. Governance based on the populace. No spaghetti. What populism is? Populism is a strategy that tends to appeal to people's worst natures. Joe, wasn't Tucker Carlson supportive of the invasion? Jimmy? Uh, not really. I don't think he meant to take it that way. I mean, he's been pretty defensive towards Russia and the invasion, from what I've heard. Popeyes or KFC? KFC. Like, I don't like Popeyes chicken. I've had Popeyes chicken twice and I didn't like it. If I could be with any girl, who would it be? I don't know. One that I like. Bet74, what's up, cutie? Your chair makes you look as if you have elf ears. So I've been told, Bets. Thank you very much. I get told that every stream. Sailor Moon. If Sailor Moon was real, she'd be 14. Actually, I suppose she'd be 44 at this point. Nothing really comes to mind, Kermit. Yeah, I mean, she's like, I think she's like 14 when the manga starts. So yeah, she's a kid. She's a child. Sailor Moon is a child. I wouldn't phrase it that way, Spaghetti. Wonder if 41-year-old Sailor Moon still works pigtails? Absolutely. Absolutely, she does. Hey, Andre. How old am I? I am 37, Nessa. 37 and a half. Spaghetti Boys, what I would say is that what I would say is that marginalized communities need spaces. They deserve safe spaces where they can sort of be themselves, be among themselves. Not around white people. I mean, not around anyone they don't want to be around. Yes, Chantel is 38. And yeah, not just a race thing. Yeah. I mean, shit. I'm totally okay with like Scottish Scottish heritage people. Like I'm totally okay with like Scottish heritage people having their own spaces to celebrate their heritage. And obviously, neuroatypical people deserve their own spaces. Disabled people need their own spaces. I have not fought. That's a bullshit phrasing, Spaghetti. It's not, you know, it's not about white people celebrating their heritage. It's about Scottish people celebrating their heritage. It's about German people celebrating their heritage. It's about Greek people celebrating their heritage. Yeah. Thoughts on Scientology? It is a cult. Scientology is a cult. There is no white heritage. Um, what I would say, Spaghetti, is that for a lot of Black people outside of Africa, there is a specific Black culture. Black people in America, Black people in Canada, some know their what countries their ancestors came from. Some don't. Some of them it is just about, and even the ones who do know where their ancestors came from may not really feel any connection to those places. It's they identify as black. There are, there are Nigerian Americans who are proud of their Nigerian heritage. There are also black Americans. They don't know if their ancestors were taken from Kenya, Ghana, fucking South Africa, East Africa, West Africa. They don't know where their ancestors came from. They're just black. Can you? Well, yeah, spaghetti, of course. I'm white. Scottish. I'm Scottish heritage, but I'm still white. I don't have white pride because white is meaningless. Yes, spaghetti. White is a complexion, not a race. Kinda. Um, I suppose what I should say is outside of countries where white people are a minority. So, when do you get outside of when you get to outside of Asia? So when you get into Europe and North America, specifically like for Europe and North America, there's no such thing as white pride because there's no struggle. Whites have had no struggle. Um, no, you're still white either way, but yeah, I'm gonna advocate for whites. What the fuck does it even mean to advocate for whites? Like, what fucking bullshit do whites need to advocate for? Jimmy, being white doesn't mean you haven't struggled, but you have not struggled because you're white. Being white doesn't mean you don't have things hard. It just means that you don't have things hard specifically because you're white. Radish? I mean, my mom came to Canada because that's how the coin flip turned out. My mom came to Canada because she flipped a coin. It was that or Australia. So anti-white racism. Very little of it. There's very little actual anti-white racism. Not really, Danby. Well, that's just bullshit spaghetti. What did Canada do to the Native Americans? I mean, not Native Americans, First Nations. Here in Canada, they're called First Nations. That or Indigenous people. Uh, but we genocided them. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. Canada genocided the Indigenous people. We uh, killed whole lots of them, shoved the survivors into camps, into reservations, um, stole their kids from them to try to uh, in order to teach those kids to reject their heritage. That's sort of always been that's sort of my feeling, Collision. Indigenous people. That's what I was talking about, Kerman. The residential schools. Shit, the Pope just came. The Pope just came to Canada to apologize for Catholic Church's role in residential schools. Spaghetti. The very last residential school closed within my lifetime. Like, this is not. I'm not Catholic. Like, the shit that we still treat the uh, First Nations like shit. There are indigenous communities with no clean drinking water because we won't send people up to provide them clean drinking water. Um, we'll ignore treaties we made with them whenever it's convenient. Spaghetti, are you aware? Do you have that tattoo because you're a neo-Nazi? Because if you're a neo-Nazi, then yeah, you deserve to be jumped and have the shit beat out of you. Always punch Nazis. Always punch Nazis. Always punch Nazis. Because the Sonnenrad, just based on a quick double check on Google, is an image that is regularly worn by fucking Nazis. So that's something to bear in mind. If you've got neo-Nazi icons tattooed on you, that's probably something that's going to be put you in trouble. The Black Sun. Sure, but it's also it's also something that a lot of neo-Nazis wear. It's the same thing as, it's similar to the swastika. The swastika is an ancient symbol. Like, the swastika is an ancient symbol. But if you see a white guy with a swastika tattoo, like, I'm just saying, a white dude walking around with a swastika tattoo, that person should be. There is no excuse for that person to not be aware of what that is going to look like at this point. Like I said, Spaghetti, if you're a white dude walking around with a swastika, you know what that's going to look like. There is no excuse for you to not know what that is going to look like. It is very well established that the swastika is a symbol that was pretty thoroughly co-opted by Nazis and continues to be co-opted by neo-Nazis. I mean, I wouldn't punch anyone, Dandy, because I'm a coward. if you're white and you're walking around with tattoos and symbols that are closely associated with that are commonly used by neo-Nazis, people are just going to assume you're a neo-Nazi. Like it's just be aware that if you have tattoos or pins or other decorations of symbols that are commonly worn by neo-Nazis, it is actually probably pretty safe for people to assume that you're probably a neo-Nazi. I mean, that kind of varies a little bit, Kerman. Do I ever do the OK symbol? I mean, I don't because I don't think that I don't think I really do it well. Pasta, if you're reformed, you're probably going to cover the tattoo up. Like if you're a former neo-Nazi and like you have sort of revoked of your ways, if you repent of your former ways, you're probably going to cover the tattoo up or like get it modified in some way. Dandy, Celtic Cross in 1488. The guy was a neo-Nazi. Dandy. Like the 1488, he was a neo-Nazi. So yeah. I mean, realistically, Pasta, the an ex neo-Nazi is probably well aware that they're not going to be very popular with anybody who finds out that they're an ex neo-Nazi. Kerman, being a Nazi, ironically, is still being a Nazi. Kerman, Indigenous Canada, probably not. Stinky, I don't like school. Pasta. If someone got that Pepe tattoo before it got co-opted by neo Nazis, that person is probably going to be pretty fucking pissed at neo Nazis. They're going to be pretty pissed at the alt right. Oh, I mean, yeah. Credit to the person, Collision. Being punk rock is being. No spaghetti. Wearing Nazi symbols, ironically, is being a neo Nazi. Like, if you're walking around with 1488 on your jacket, you know what 1488 means, and you are not doing it to mock neo-Nazis. You're doing it because you actually agree with it. Because that's what this came out. Like somebody like said that they were wearing like a Celtic cross and 1488 on their what does 1488 mean? 14 refers to the 14 words. Some shit about preserving the white race. 88 is a reference to 88. Eighth letter of the alphabet is H. So 88, HH. Hail, guy who lost World War II. The 14 words of, yes, exactly, Collision. The 14 words of securing the future of the white race. When I Google. And it's shitty when Iggy Pop wore it. Like, it was pretty shitty when he did it. Spaghetti. I mean, it's established shit. Spaghetti. It's well known. How do I know this stuff? Because I'm very online, Radish. I mean, you can look this shit up. I mean, it's easy to find. Like, it's easy to find this stuff. It sounds insane. Believe it or not, Spaghetti, that's actually part of the point. Making it sound crazy is part of the point. Because it provides a degree of deniability. I don't know. But yeah, it's a common thing that that shitty ass people. Is Canada expensive to live? Parts of it are Anunnaki. It depends on where you are in Canada. Whatever, pasta. No, Spaghetti Boy. What I said is that 88 is a phrase or is a number that is commonly, and it's usually specifically in the context of 1488. Like if you see somebody who has 88, like a pin that says 88, like let's say you find somebody who has 88 on a pin. They're not wearing that pin because they like the number 88. It's not a reference to the year 1988. It's not it's not referencing anything other. It's not referencing that number specifically. If they have a pin that just says 88 on it, fine, pasta. If a white person in the United States or in Canada or in the UK or Europe, basically, if a white person is wearing a pin that says 88 on it, they are almost certainly not referencing the fact that 88 is a lucky number in China. Like that's pretty like you can be pretty sure that is not the point. If they have a pin that just says 88, it is a way of signaling to other neo-Nazis what their beliefs are. That's what it is. Jesus Christ, pasta. Again, if somebody is walking around wearing a pin that has the number 88 on it, then that is them signaling to other neo-Nazis who they are. That's what the point of that is. What if your pin says 69? If your pin says 69, then you are then what you're doing is you are signaling to other people that you have a very childish sense of humor. Good night, J-Dot. Well, if it's her Why the fuck are they wearing their birth year on a pin? Like, Malone, like you're sitting here coming up with all sorts of fucking what if it's this? What if it's that? No, it's not. That's not why they're wearing it. They're not wearing a pin that says 88 because that's the year they graduated. They're wearing a pin that says 88 because they're a neo-Nazi and want to signal to other neo-Nazis, hey guys, sure, Spaghetti Boys, but not as a fucking pin. And like they'll attach it like at the end of the username. Why do people wear their pronouns on a pin? To indicate, like people wear pins with their pronouns on it as a signal to other people that they are, first of all, what gender they prefer to go with. Second, it's a way to signal to trans people specifically that they are allies. And I mean that's fine, Cupcaki. Yeah, sure. Their Yahoo mail ends in 88. Sure. Why not? Like there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you probably should question that, Tannen, because he why are they get why does it have 88 on it? What is your friend's beliefs? And again, it tends, and 88 also tends to be used, like I said, it's usually, you'll usually see 1488, 1488. You'll usually see it that printed as that. You'll fairly rare that you'll actually see 88 on its own. It'll usually be 1488. And at that point, there is no getting around that 1488 is a neo-Nazi dog whistle. Again, if somebody's wearing a pin that says 1488, it's not because something really cool happened in the year 1488. Did anything happen in 1488? The hell did happen in that year? Damn near nothing. So yeah, if somebody is wearing a pin that says 1488, they are not a fan of, it's not because they're a big fan of the Royal Netherlands Navy. You know, like it's not because they're a fan of the Royal Netherlands Navy. It's a fucking spaghetti boys. Spaghetti, those symbols tend to be closely associated with neo-Nazis. It sucks. Absolutely, it sucks. You're 4 years early for that, Radish. It is 1492. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Two snowmen. Two snowmen would require a third circle on top. Like I said, Malone, it's a dog whistle, and that's the point. They make it seem crazy. Oh, it's just a number. What's wrong with wearing a number? Oh, look at these crazy people getting upset over people wearing a number. It's a deniability thing. They do it because they make their signals something that they can claim is innocent in order to make their opponents look ridiculous. That's the point. They want to make their opponents look ridiculous. Again, Malone, no, it's I would argue that 99 times out of 100, if somebody has the number 88 sort of out of just on its own, but even 88 on its own, I would say 99 times out of 100, if somebody just has 88 on its own, it's probably not a reference to a year. It's probably not a reference to Chinese good luck. Is 14 a dog whistle? Generally not. Context matters. No FBI. I mean, that's the one. Like I said, 99 times out of 100. Congratulations on finding the 1 out of 100. Somebody who 1469 Columbus sailed his father's vine. Well, that sounds inappropriate. Like I said, Icky, that's the point. That is the point. They want to make their opponents. They choose iconography that seems innocent, because it signals those they agree with, while also trying to make their opponents look ridiculous. Because that's the point. If people know that if people can recognize that you are a neo-Nazi, they're not really going to be inclined to spend time with you. So you hide it. That's what they do. They want to hide the fact that they are fucking Nazis. Nazis don't want non-Nazis to know that they are Nazis. They want to hide that fact, while making sure to let other Nazis know who they are. On Reagan's. Maybe not a Nazi, but he was an asshole. Because most people don't know what they mean. Most people aren't going to recognize what 1488 means. What are the secret leftist numbers? I don't think leftists have secret numbers. Leftists don't like each other enough to have secret messages. I honestly, I don't think most leftists actually like each other enough to come up with secret codes for each other. 1488. Then look it up. Look it up, Spaghetti. Like I said, it's 14 references the 14 words for the preservation of the white race or something or whatever it was. 88 references HH, hail dude who committed suicide. Um, so yeah, most people, the average person, isn't going to be aware of what 1488 actually represents. Um, so somebody going around with 1488 in their Twitter profile, most people aren't going to recognize that as a Nazi dog whistle. Um, other neo-Nazis will. Other neo-Nazis will absolutely recognize it. And they'll be able to spend time and they'll connect and hey, good buddy. My favorite movie? My favorite movie is Spirited Away. Spaghetti? Oh, there's tons. I mean, you know, swastikas and a lot of Norse imagery has been co-opted by neo-Nazis. Um, occasional Celtic iconography has been adopted by neo-Nazis, not as much as Norse. Um, sucks, but often if somebody's wearing, you know, if somebody's wearing Norse iconography, mostly pagan symbols, yeah, odds are they are probably a neo-Nazi. If they're wearing Norse iconography, they're probably going to be a neo-Nazi. Either that or it's going to be either that or they're a modern day pagan, which means they're just a stoner. Am I watching these shows? No, not really. Not really. Meerkat. Triskelion. Not sure about that one. Secret Japanese fascist symbols. That I'm not sure about. Norse iconography. Things like runes or like the an image of Mjolnir. If it's not, depending on, I mean, context matters, Menzies. Uh, yeah, like the classic. Um, it depends, Tannen. Context is everything. Depends on a lot of times it'll depend on the design. Use Norse runes in spiritual practice. Fair enough, Cupcaki. Fair enough. Like I said, usually I would say that if somebody is wearing Norse symbols, there's probably a better than even chance that they're a neo-Nazi. Roxanne? Just by being extremely online. That's sort of what it comes down to. Like I said, I would say better than even chance. Not guaranteed. Obviously, there are going to be people. I have not, Sarah. Obviously, there are also people who who just, there's going to be modern day pagans who wear those symbols, there's going to be people who just like how they look. So, I mean, what is 12 times 6? 72. Right? It's not the loser Germans from 80 years ago. It's the people who still worship those loser Germans 80 years later. What's a predicate? I have no idea, Sasuke. I don't know. I should know. I'm aware that I should know, but I just don't. Yeah, Mencius. So that absolutely happens. But like I said, I would say that it's probably more than, I would guess that probably more than half of people who wear Norse symbols are probably. I mean, it's kind of both, Mencius. There's class war, there's culture war, all kinds of wars going on these days. Norse symbol? I don't know. Look them up. You mean like through a carefully curated reading list, FBI? Why do people think there's a war against straight people? Because no one feels more aggrieved than people with power when they start losing that power. Like, it is utterly ridiculous to even suggest that there's a war against straight people. It is an idiotic it's an idiotic idea on its face. Um, but when you've got a giant bowl, when you've got a giant bowl of candy, and somebody decides to take some of that candy and put it into takes like three pieces of that candy to put into to get to somebody else, you're gonna feel like you're being oppressed. Nobody feels more oppressed than the people who have the most already. Yes, I do, Malone. What was that? What did you miss? Nothing important, Batul. I cannot. FBI. I don't speak any French, unfortunately. How's my night going? Same as usual, pretty much. Anyway, I'm actually getting pretty tired. Um, I'm about talked out. What was the one class? I don't even remember Mencius. I was like 8. I was a kid, so I don't remember it at all. Yeah, I am about talked out at this point. So, gonna call it a night. And probably, Jess. What is the temperature like right now? 22 degrees Celsius, 22 Celsius. So, yeah, it's hot enough, Jess. So, yeah. So, thanks for coming. And see you another time. Bye.